Welcome students. Today we are going to start a very interesting chapter, indefinite integral. This is very interesting, very simple as well as very important topic from the point of view of board examinations as well as competitive examinations. So now let us start with this term, integration. Integration is a process to find integral of a given function. So, how we can understand integration? Very simply, this is a reverse process of differentiation, opposite process of differentiation. So, integration is the reverse process of differentiation. Reverse process of differentiation. Let us make it very clear with the help of some examples. Suppose fx be any function of x and its derivative is fx. I mean derivative of fx is equal to function of x. You see here we are writing capital F and here is small f. So although these are both are functions of x, but absolute value of these functions will be changed after differentiation. So derivative of this fx is another function fx, and as we have discussed, integration is the reverse process of differentiation. So therefore whenever you will integrate this fx, you will get back to this fx, and notation for integration is this one. In this place we will write this function fx and then we write dx. So you must know that for integration the notation which you use is this one. This notation stands for summation s. This is s. So later on we will see that integration is a process of summation also. So this integral sign, and here we write some function and of x, and here we write dx. So we are writing fx here, and as we have discussed, integral of fx will be this capital X. So now we can understand that if derivative of sin x is cos x, then integral of cos x is sin x. Very clear? Now we are going to introduce a term which is known as constant of integration, How we can introduce it? You see here d dx of sin x is cos x, so integral of cos x is sin x, clear. But when you find derivative of sin x plus c, here also will find the same derivative. So this will be cos x, since this is constant, so its derivative will be 0, you know. So this implies again by the same process of reverse process of differentiation, we'll get integral of cos x is equal to this much here, sin x plus c. So this is equal to sin x plus c. Now you see, here integral of same functions cos x, here we are getting sin x, and here we are getting sin x plus c, because we have put c here, and this c, this constant may be any value, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 or any other constant. So now this is very clear that this constant c plays a vital role here, and this is known as constant of integration. So students, you remember, whenever you find integral of any given function, then after getting the result, in that result we put always C, which is known as constant of integration. And we will discuss why this term is being used, indefinite. What does it mean? What is its significance? You see, for different value of C, here you will get different values of integral. And constant, how many constants we can put in place of C? Indefinite constants, values of C we can put here. So we will get indefinite integrals corresponding to each integral here. That's why, due to this C, where we are getting indefinite number of values of C, we are getting indefinite values. That's why we write here indefinite integral. Very interesting. It's clear now. So now we will see some formula that will be very useful when we will come to exercise. So first of all, we will start with trigonometric functions. Formula of trigonometric functions. One thing more, here I would like to add that this function, this is cos x, this function or this function, any function which we are integrating, this one, known as integrand. The function which is being integrated is known as integrand. Remember. So we are discussing some formula now. First we will start with this formula. First, as we know, d dx of sin x is equal to cos x, and therefore integral of cos x will be sin x plus c. Similarly, we know d dx of cos x is minus sin x, and therefore integral of, or we can put this negative sign here also. There will be no change in the result. So we can write integral of sin x dx is minus cos x plus c. d dx of sec x is sec x tan x, therefore integral of sec x tan x is sec x plus c. Similarly, derivative of minus of cosec x is equal to cosec x cot x, and therefore integral of cosec x into cot x dx is equal to minus of cosec x. Also, derivative of tan x is equal to sec square x. This implies integral of sec square x. This is equal to tan x plus c. We can also write c. One more trigonometric function, derivative of cot x. Similarly, we can write d dx of minus cot x is equal to cosec square x. So here we will get integral of cosec square x is equal to minus of cot x plus c. So these are very simple formula, and we are supposed to remember this formula this will be utilized when we do some exercises. Now some algebraic formula. Here we understand ddx of x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. This is equal to x to the power n. Because since we know that ddx of x to the power n is n into x to the power n minus 1. We know it very well. We have already discussed in the topic of differentiation. So with the help of this formula, we are writing here x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 is equal to x to the power n. And therefore integral of x to the power n, this is equal to x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. ddx of e to the power x is equal to same value, e to the power x. So we can write here integral of e to the power x dx is equal to e to the power x plus c. And ddx of log x is equal to 1 by x, and therefore integral of 1 by x dx is equal to log of x plus c. We put here modulus of x for maybe positive or negative value of x, so we put x inside this modulus sign. So these are some very basic formula. In addition to this, we can understand some more formula. ddx of x to the power a upon log a, this is equal to x to the power a. Sorry, a to the power x. A to the power x. This implies integral of a to the power x is equal to a to the power x upon log of a plus c. And there are some inverse trigonometric functions. So in regard to inverse trigonometric function, we can understand some formula here. We know derivative of sine inverse x is 1 by root over 1 minus x square, and therefore integral of 1 by root over 1 minus x square, this is equal to sine inverse x plus c. Derivative of tan inverse x is equal to 1 upon 1 plus x square, and therefore integral of 1 upon 1 plus x square, this is equal to tan inverse x plus c. And derivative of sec inverse x is equal to 1 by x root over x square minus 1. So therefore integral of 1 upon x root over x square minus 1 dx, this is equal to sec inverse x plus c. So these are very basic formula. So students, I would like to advise you, please remember this formula so that you could have convenient in exercises. So students, in the next video, we'll start some more problems, some questions based on this formula. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I would like to advise you to please subscribe my channel HiQ Learning so that you could get every update in time. Thank you very much.